And we're back in the room on this Monday, April 22nd. Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the show. We're not sticking today because y'all saw the topic, right? I saw my friend walked in a while ago. Oh my gosh, there's just so much to talk about today. But we're not going to stick. I want to focus a lot of time on this particular situation. Not too sure if you guys seen the video circulating on social media last week, but I'm going to play it. Thank God there's no profanities or anything, obscenities in it, so I can play it uninterrupted. So, for those of you who may not be sure what I'm talking about, you'll get the opportunity to hear it. And then my friend, who seemed to be very pregnant about the issue, upset about the issue, will be joining me to discuss um, the topic on hand this morning. But anyways, good morning, Marianne. Good morning, Betty and Duncan. Good morning, Linda Pearl. Good morning, Rita. Good morning, Shantae. Did I say good morning to you yet? I have to do this quickly. Good morning, Don Kujo. Good morning, Theresa Collymore. Good morning, Jay Douglas Adams. Uh, Jackie, ease me up, please. Maybe you have not noticed what? Oh, you can she quite like the man from Kayak come down. Good morning. Oh, man from Kayak. I don't really take on all your and say thing. Yes. Jacqueline, um, it means you don't keep up with me on weekends. Monday to Friday, I'm super active on social media. On the weekends, it's my time, my turn. I don't do much social media on the weekend. It probably might get from most you'll get from me is one post, but I tend to take a break from being active on social media on the weekend, and I've been doing that for a very long time. So either you're minding your business or you're not minding your business. Either way, I don't do a lot of social media on Saturdays and Sundays. Those are my days to do me and not be so embroiled in it. You don't have time off. That is your permanent job. You're there Monday to Sunday. No matter if I take a break and I decide to make a scroll through to see what's going on so I can have, content on the ladies' room, I see you. You don't take a break. Now I see you doing mass band poll. I don't know since when you turn pollster and big time masquerader. You're doing big poll now. Who playing who with who? You know what? Forget you. Alana, good morning. How are you? Good morning, Ingrid. Good morning, Nichelle. Good morning, Carlene. Morning, Jay. Della, good morning. Good morning, Selvin Ray. Selvin, don't give Jackie no chorus, please. Because don't make me start on you on your don't make me play your song you were singing on the pulpit yesterday. Try and have a seat and don't say anything. Because I'm about to play your video of you singing loudly on Bishop Harvey's pulpit. Okay. Where were we? Jenny, good morning. Hi. Debbie Crony Latouche, good morning. Debbie, you're a classic case of nearer to the church, further from God. I swear. For somebody who's my neighbor, I don't even see you. Morning, Jenilyn. Morning, Irvin. Morning, Christine. Good morning, Melvin Brown. Good morning, Mrs. Yeshina, thanks. Mrs. Pascal. Yeah. Jackie Douglas Adams Pascal. Morning, Sheena. Morning, Glendolyn. Good morning. Kizzy, happy Monday. Welcome to the show. The Unstoppable Drizzy, big up yourself. Valerie. Good morning, Lou. How are you? Good morning, Claudine. Good morning. Dawn. I'm trying not to, but it's like she and Sullivan, like they send them for me every morning. Like, when you have like this, you have a monkey on your back? The two of them, on the left and on the right. Hold on. Which phone is it on? Hold on, guys. How many y'all just start me up for? Since you, Mr. Ray. Hold on. I be here minding my business. And y'all don't know how to leave people alone. I'm gonna behave like Chris Brown. Chris Brown was minding his business, doing whatever Breezy does, and y'all decided to start war with him. Watch out, your big friend. Cornerstone. This is the work of the Lord.
marvel in our eyes, the stood.
You understand? So whenever I need my blessings, I know where to go. Mystery in the cornerstone singing to the Lord on a Sunday, but bright and early on a Monday morning in my room, terrorizing my spirit. But you hear him? Listen, I don't understand what this puppy show about for, you know. Hear him. Yeah. Wait.
Cornerstone, this is the work of the Lord. A marvel in our eyes, the stood.
You understand? Singing to the Lord, the cornerstone of the Lord, but on my life, stressing me out every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I don't know how that works. I don't know how that works. You understand? The way he dedicated to his altar duties. I'm- what time now? Okay, time for me to get to the business of the day, which is let me find Mr. Ivan. Pepsi, I didn't see you coming. Morning, Pepsi. Oh yes, on Monday is your day. Monday is your. Oh, it's too early for this. Um, let me do what I come here to do. All you always encouraging me in bonging away. Let me stick to the topic. All right. So, as I was saying, the topic this morning is Ivan and Sandra. And to get your thoughts. My friend, you ready? When you're ready, yeah? To get your thoughts on how Ivan's message is clear. Women that take things, money, etc., from men that they have zero interest in, and you lead them on and you drag them along, and the man is there going along thinking that okay, life is good, and let me play the thing first, and then my friend will come in and join me for this conversation this morning. Y'all need to listen carefully. I set up camera for you today and all that because we want all the expressions, we want everything. So your seat is already sorted out. Don't move the mic because the camera directly where I need you to be, and make yourself comfortable. Let me just play Ivan and then I come into you.
My name is Ivan Summer, 49 years of age. I just watched this to the whole world, that the whole world could not out some woman stuff. I mean, look, I'm there with this woman for 8 and 5 months, working so hard. Everything I own, I give it to Sandra. When my bills cannot pay, I want everybody to hear this. Sandra bill paid. When I got groceries, she have groceries. And yesterday, I tell them something to Sandra, and it was amazing. Because Wednesday, I give her $500 in she hand. And Thursday, I have to go back by the supermarket again and buy things for this woman and give she them Friday. Saturday, Friday again, evening, I go down the road, buy a family size jug of Clorox and give it to Sandra. I have the Clorox now and this man say, Ivan, this woman is doing something to you and I have to see it spending too much money on this woman. And this woman is doing something, care that Clorox down by this woman. And yesterday, I left from home to pay the Clorox. And my surprise, I killed Sandra and the next man contact them. Naked as them band, a guy they call Del Flesh. So I want to tell people out there, the way how some woman just feel. Why taking things from a man? Why a man working so hard for a woman? And next thing they saying, oh, let me love you. And you're making ends meet when you cannot pay your bill, when sometimes my bill can't pay. I make sure this woman bill could pay. She have grocery. I tell she many times, I say what? I put her when you talk, I tell me, you got thing out the alley, you're hungry, you got thing out the food, you never know if you go eat, and to tell me you're hungry and I got nothing. And when this woman done me yesterday, it was a natural disgrace to me. Calling her phone, she don't want to answer the phone. And this woman have a next man they call Del Flesh, Mr. Del Flesh, and top dead, and telling me she don't like man, they buy she. She don't want no man sleep there with she. And I working hard and support Sandra. Sandra working by jobs and Sandra money. I don't look on that, but I believe to myself when a man there with a woman, it's time to show the
And
woman.
that is
He's
man.
the one that will take care of him.
Ivan
Not the
man.
woman is serious, he take care of man to make I see that the man taking care of her. And I have to share this for the whole world. To know right here I caught with what this woman do me. She with her next man yesterday. All the time she's telling me she and the man is friend. When her niece tell me she and the man is friend. Never to know Sandra there with a man there. With their place. And catch them yesterday on top bed.
Make it
I tell everybody what this woman do me. In it pays of 5 months since I've been working with the security guard company. All of my money going into this woman, make sure she home they go. If they have to take a survey right now and go by this woman home and come by my home, they go say no, she wicked. When you watch that woman home like the house, this dumbbell. Eh? And I have to make people to know because I am hot. I want the woman them out there to know. Don't take nothing from man and you don't love the man. If you want you and the man to be friends, tell the man watch. If you don't want us to be friendly, we stop this because I don't want you as a man. Don't tell the man yes you want him. And next thing the man walking, sun and rain. Hard to make ends meet with you. And next thing you want to do that. Every time I just do sometime on a weekend. They are telling Sandra, let me come down by you for buy lunch. For eat some lunch, sorry, for eat some lunch with you. No, you can't come, timing. All of I tell Sandra, said Sandra, old people have a lot to say, and my old people say. Moon just run until they catch up. She asked me why I said that. I said that is a problem that you have to unfold. Moon just run until they catch up. And yesterday, I kept Sandra with Sandra do. So I want the whole world out there to know. I ain't telling no life on how to work in by jobs. And all of my salary. Eh? I reach so far and give it to my backyard. Oh, I've been believing this woman tell myself I found love. This is the time so I supposed to be happy in life and live the life that I know pleasing God. And this woman very hurt me and I say I'm going to post this that the whole world could see. Woman, don't take nothing from man and I want him man. Right now, I will tell the whole world the truth. My life to cut off anytime. Court to come for the fridge anytime. So because I make sacrifice for this woman Sandra Matthews from Kittles and leave my bills at them outstanding. Just to make sure everything is alright with her. If I go turn 10 times in a week, she could tell anybody she can she fought and the workers them could say that too. I will call her say babes at the tongue. You want something to eat? You're going to need some snacks to crunch pan later on. Sometimes I used to tell she don't carry the food to work because I do. I'm going to do this for you. I'm going to just fry some fish and make some salad for you. And carry it to that woman. And this woman turned around and have Del Place contact for she bed last night. Carry the job of Cloras. She's telling me leave it on the phone. She busy. So I want you all to know what Sandra Matthews do Ivan, Samuel, James. She's a wicked. I want to realize what the hand out is where let's get because she have 2 boy child. And she will lie. A woman with she boy child lot. And she's a woman and done with that. But I will tell you all the truth. I'm strong. And I believe in God. Although I know I don't live the 100% for it. Because if it wasn't for God, and with a stick, we're going down all the time. It's my message to send all day to the woman them. Don't take no money from no man and you don't want him. Don't make a man a work and a give matter take salary. And you don't want him, man. It's hard and painful.
All right, brother Ivan. Stop this and say what you saying now, man. Like groaning. See what you saying, no, Jed. I ain't nothing to say this morning. I can't say nothing in Sandra defense. I can't say nothing in Sandra offense. I can't say.
Oh, yes.
Rude boy, morning, Raw. Mr. Titus, about as well.
It's a wonderful day in the land of the living.
Oh, boy.
Well, good morning, Miss Neptune.
Good morning, Mr. Skeet.
How art's thou?
I'm good. I'm blessed, highly favored, and a jamming.
Well, to the benefit of our listeners and viewers, I was summoned to this
Here.
noble gathering this morning, and I appear on behalf of the grieving and heartbroken
Mr. Ivan.
Ivan Samuel James. I need to give him his full regalia. The video has been circulating on social media. As a matter of fact, I would get into the details of that in a moment, but
I tried to take this thing serious, the man.
no. But if you got the impression that I was not serious, then that is about to change, because this is so serious that
Kate, bring piece of tissue for me, please.
these submissions were prepared even during my busy, hectic schedule, and I am here pro bono. This is of no financial benefit to me. I've taken time off from my radio hosting, sports writing and presenting, operating a small restaurant, public transport owner and operator, father, husband, children, and father duties. And I hurled myself into action to attend to the defense of the distraught male in his cry for public help, his public cry for help.
Thank you.
Because that is what that was. The video that you've just referred to is a cry for help, a public cry for help. And I respectfully would like to submit to the following: that Mr. James was lured into what he thought was a genuine love by a female companion, and subsequent to which he was later revealed that it was a silhouette of that which he thought it was. And that Mr. Ivan Samuel James, a diligent, hardworking, honest man, with a profession that would more often than not have him exposed to the elements of the weather late nights at times, because he did in fact say that he's a security guard, or he alluded to working with the security company. That means that he has to be on call at all different hours. And we are confident as well that Mr. James, with the clear intent, there was a clear intent to abuse his generosity, a generosity that he has shared without fear, without favor, and without ill will. So I would therefore have no doubt that we should bring forward a case of extortion and bribery of way of misrepresentation against the female companion. That is exactly what it was. It was a case of bribery, extortion, misrepresentation of love. And it is clear. The gentleman did say that he expended a certain amount of money consistently. He was there consistently providing meals, and not regular meals. This was exotic 5-star meals, grilled fish with salad, fresh green salad. The offering of his... No. You see, I serious, but you, I serious. And he would have also given up his bank. He was lured into giving up his bank card for the sake of providing, because that is something that you have alluded to on this program, and we will get to that in just a little bit, where you bash men consistently for not stepping up. And I'll show you why I get there. Because this is a serious case, as we said, of misrepresentation and bribery by way of extortion and misrepresentation of one's love. Right?
My eyes bone injured.
No. But I mean, this is serious case. This is what it was. He was lured. It was a case of misrepresentations of one's love, willingly so. So as a result, I mean, I think that he must be given all credit for being a man standing up, speaking out, and showing that strength, which many of you, yourself included, has bashed men for not showing that kind of strength over the last 7 years. Because I say 7 years because I went far back to the longevity and the lifespan of the program which you now host.
Mrs. Skeet,
Yes, ma'am.
On the same program, we speak a lot about red flags.
Yes.
And red flags does not only apply to women, red flags also apply to men.
Mhm.
Now, when going back to your client's statements, to which he said
Mhm.
he has been with Miss Sandra for a year and is it 3 or 5 months?
Mhm.
And in said time has never been at this lady's home,
Mhm.
slept, ate, or otherwise. But Mr. James continues to give the lady finances,
Mhm.
among other things,
Mhm.
even including her home,
Mhm.
which I think meant he helps in some way
Mhm.
in refurbishing her home
Mhm.
and making sure that she's okay on a daily basis.
Mhm. Mhm.
I am yet to hear Mr. James say that Miss Sandra, at any point in time, said to him, "We are together, we are in a relationship together. I love you, we will do this, we will do that."
Mhm. Mhm.
Mr. James seemed to have taken a liking to Miss Sandra,
Mhm.
and Miss Sandra, realizing that, decided, okay, I will take advantage of the situation.
Mhm.
And Mr. James went along,
Mhm.
no force, because based on what he said, he willingly gave because as a man, he
Mhm.
thinks that's what a man is supposed to do.
Mhm.
When you're dealing with a woman, make sure that she's okay.
Mhm.
At no point in time, Mr. James said that
Mhm.
he was forced, coerced, or anything.
Mhm. Mhm. That is correct. But allow me to say this: that while you are correct in saying that Mr. James never said that the lady told him that they were in a relationship, he never said that she did not tell him. And as a result of that, what he did, that is the reason why I say it is a case of misrepresentation by way of one's emotions. Because
I
if
agree.
if you did in fact remember in his statement, he said that he is strong and he believes in God, which
Mhm.
brings me to the point. If you are familiar, 1 Corinthians 13:4-8 does say that love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, right? It is not self-seeking. So when you make mention of the fact that he did not go into the woman's place or that kind of stuff, it shows that he did it with all clear intentions. And as a matter of fact, I will even go further to state that chapter 171 of the Criminal Code Act says there are three elements of misrepresentation, and particularly as it relates to common law, fraudulent misrepresentation and neglect. The defendant made a false representation of a past or existing material fact susceptible to knowledge. Two, that the defendant is also knowing that the representation was false or without knowing whether it was true or false, that the defendant intend to induce the plaintiff into an act of reliance on that representation. So in other words, the lady manipulated a serious case of hit and run. That is what that was. It was a serious case of hit and run.
So at no point in time, Mr. James realized. So it took Mr. Delfish being caught not naked as they were born for Mr. James to realize that, hey, all of this is going on at no point in time. And he seems to be an elderly gentleman in all of his existence, all of his years, all of his experiences, did not realize he was being defrauded.
Love is kind. Love is patient. That is the reason why he made the statement, moon does run until sun catch it. When you grow up with old people, that is what that means. It means, how often do we have an eclipse?
Once in a blue moon.
Once in a blue moon, moon does run until sun catch it. That is the epitome of the description of patience. Love is patient. Love is kind. Love is selfless. It is not boastful.
But I can't even say he got a hit on run because he never even hit.
Well, his pocket was hit.
Well, financially.
His pocket was hit. His pocket was hit. His pocket was hit. I would also like to bring to the audience attention again, and you see, that is the reason why fraudulent misrepresentation occurs when a party to a contract knowingly makes an untrue statement of the fact which induces the other party into that contract. So therefore, what we are saying here is that the woman induced the man into the perception of love, and while he was giving his heart, she was looking for his hand. right?
Connie said his love is forgiven too. He can forgive her.
No, and she is right. Love is forgiving, and I'm quite sure he has forgiven her. I'm quite sure he has forgiven her. Hence the reason why he could have come forward now and say that in the midst of all of this, he's strong, and he's just letting people know now the type of person. And if you notice, my client is so well versed in this, is that he has not even shown any remorse to Mr. Delplesh. Because if you realize that in his discourse, he gave Delplesh his full regalia. Delplesh was referred to as Mr. Delplesh. So Delplesh got his full regalia. No
From my
animosity.
understanding, Mr. Delflesh seemed to be an outstanding man in the community. So all respect to Mr. Delflesh. You realize that has nothing to do with Mr. Delflesh.
Mr. Delplesh might be a lying down man in the community. Not upstanding anymore. Well, upstanding to Sandra. I would dare say.
As he was told by a family member that they are friends. So it seems as though the family certain members was in on it as well, because he was told that Mr. Delflesh is a friend of Miss Sandra.
Yeah, well, Delplesh was obviously touted to as a friend. Again, you see, that is the reason why we brought forward the submission of misrepresentation by way of one's emotions, because that is what it was. He was lured into thinking that something was when it wasn't. Hence the reason why we brought forward this motion, because that is what it was. I also like to bring to the audience attention that you, Aruna, in this forum as well, has been a facilitator for years through this with your most females to believe that they have total power and authority to treat the opposite sex with scant courtesy.
I have never said that.
I refer to the program dated 11th April at 31 minutes and up to 31.49 minutes when you said, and I quote, you mentioned the fact that when a woman made a purchase to a man to attend a festive gathering, that the said man was seen conversing with another female, and the reaction of the woman, and he was seen conversing with another woman, which prompted a reaction from the woman that suspected. I mean, you can't do that.
The young man left the lady who purchased the ticket, rented vehicle to attend the show, said he was going to get drinks and to use the bathroom, and never returned.
Well, then let us refer to the program on Holy Thursday, May 28th, at about 29 minutes into the program, when a lady took the emotional advantage of an innocent young man who was thought to be impregnating her, only to find out that the actual father of the child was a living boyfriend. How do you refer to that? You see, these are the... And I mean, I could go back to March 6th with the title caption of the program, "I can't believe he left me for an older woman." I can go back to March 5th, "Men will be men," and I can go back. But I'm saying that we cannot continue to perpetuate.
But hold on, I need to call my lawyer.
This no. Well, so it is important that we know that.
Hold on, let me ask my lawyer what to say.
In the process of redress, what we will also seek is that all Mr. Ivan's spending be reciprocated.
Jerry Edwin.
And that he will also be given full counseling treatment by the Ministry of Legal Affairs and full counseling by the Ministry of
Somebody call David Hood for me, please. Tell him to check me quick.
Domestic Affairs.
I need to know what to say in my defense.
And that the Ministry of Social Development within that jurisdiction will also use him as a catalyst to educate men on proper conflict resolution, because that is what this was. The gentleman displayed the proper conflict resolution. Even in his most angryable and hurtable moment, he displayed proper conflict resolution, which in fact is something that I believe that we ought to. We ought to. I
was told to plead the fifth.
Your lawyer tells you to plead the fifth? Well, your lawyer know what time it is. Your lawyer know what time it is.
Wait, hold on.
Because your lawyer,
Counselor Runa, you did not adequately prepare for this court hearing today at all.
He father teach me. I learned from he father. He father was one of my teachers. He father was one of my teachers. Yeah, I sit down and I listen to your father in court, Terry, and I get freed even though he was representing.
The women on the live are saying, Aruna, hush, what you say can and will be used against you. End the live.
So it is important. It is important. It is important that what
was told to show you this. But y'all can see it. Hold on. You can't see. A big white flag waving.
So it is important that we understand that
Listen, y'all should be calling and coming on my side. What, we not waving no white flag here this morning, all right? Get it together.
she's going against her attorney's wishes now. Oh Lord.
Why would I wave a white flag? You're supposed to tell me things to say. Hold on.
No,
I hope this voice note is for me. Now, hold on. Things are looking bright this morning at all. I need to rethink this. We had to come back again. I wasn't prepared. Hold on.
while you
You see what going on with them there, you know. I hope that's a lesson for all men. You can't be doing husband thing for woman you don't marry to. And that's the real thing. You can't be acting like a husband to a woman that don't show you no sign that she acting like a wife. Can't be doing them kind of husband duties on them there. And that is what beating them there.
So now what's the problem? Mr. James was doing husbandly duties. James clearly stated that as a man, and I have to applaud Mr. James for that, and I believe he was right in that regard. As a man, you stand on business. But my only problem with Mr. James is it was not being reciprocated. Miss Sandra never ever cook a meal for him. Listen, the man said on the weekends he would ask Miss Sandra to come to our home to get a nice home cooked meal. And Miss Sandra would say to him, don't come. So if a woman telling you don't come, why are you buying groceries and you're buying buckets and you're buying Clorox and you're buying fish and making salad when there have been multiple signs that Miss Sandra is not interested in you in any way, shape, or form except as what you can do for her.
if you remember, I want you to go back clearly. I want you to go back. If you remember when the man said he saw all these things. He saw all these things. But he took it upon himself to think that just maybe the woman was a woman of virtue that was waiting and going through the courting process, because that is what we all ascertain that women would like. Women would like to be courted. And the gentleman was
18 months?
The guy's old-fashioned. What is wrong with that?
You're courting for 18 months?
The guy's old-fashioned.
You never
what is
even
wrong with that?
taste Miss Sandra food for 18 months?
The guy's old-fashioned. He was not in it for that. He was in it for genuine love. And he was taken advantage of. And he was being lured into the promise of what should have been, what could have been. And we all see that that was not the case. He was taken advantage of. The law is clear. The defendant intended to induce the plaintiff into an act of reliance on that representation. That is what it was. She was made to feel as if she relying on him because he was the person assisting and providing her in the act of love, being included in this whole shenanigans. And that didn't happen.
So you're buying big family-size bottle of bleach. You're buying thing to wash, and not one day Miss Sandra asked you to bring your bundle over so she could wash it for you. You're buying groceries, not one day Miss Sandra say, okay, Mr. James, I'll leave your food on the veranda for you. Pick it up. Come and pick it up.
The gentleman realized it.
Hold on.
And he realized it in good time.
Good morning.
Good morning. Arona, you don't realize you're a woman that put men how they want them.
Yep.
It doesn't matter what they do. You're laughing at that. That's not a joke.
No, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. We're not laughing at the man. I'm just laughing at the way Jason is pleading his cause. Don't get it twisted. It's not the same.
But you know, you have women that put men how they want them, and the man can help himself.
Well, I never experienced that, so I can't speak on it.
All right. What is going on, eh?
Okay.
Believe it or not.
So as Mr. James said, some of y'all need to speak to your boy children as well.
Of course.
Because it ain't looking as though some are learning, even though you hear this happening on a daily basis.
And that is a point I made in my closing argument when I said that the Ministry of Social Development within that jurisdiction needs to engage the man for him to teach people the proper art of conflict resolution, especially when it comes to emotional affairs of this nature.
Hold on.
Because the man is a beacon. The man is a beacon.
See, Ivan is a sugar daddy and didn't even know it.
Well, I think you.
There's a lot going on with Ivan, especially when you get to a particular age, right? And like he said, he's just looking for peace and love and some measure of happiness. He got to that stage and he didn't want to run around. He just want to be loved, and Sir James just wants some peace in his life. So he probably thought doing all of that was the way to get it, not realizing he was being played.
Of course, the man is at an
And
age
it
where
took
he
you
wants to
18
settle
months to be
down.
played.
The man is at an age where
At
he wants
no
to
point
settle
in
down
time
and
did
have
it
a
click.
good, decent relationship at 49 years old. What are you running up and down the place for?
Boy, Arna, that's the same thing I'm saying. You go all out for woman.
Listen,
Love your time.
two of us can be on the same side. Understand the program, now, man.
Just to go through what? On stress, heartbreak. You check. And then one man do nothing. Oh boy, man is dog. Man no good. It's dog.
But the brother is right.
What is confusing, right? When you're giving a woman your time, your money, and these other things. When we ask for the smallest thing in return, why we could never get it?
Well, they say different strokes are different folks. You have to
No.
know who you're giving to, know
You
what you're
think-
getting from.
You think you could have get it on my feelings.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't get me to settle down. Me give you a hit and run.
I even fucking get hit and run because
It was a clear case of hit and run, and his pocket was what felt the blow.
listen, don't get it twisted. I'm on Mr. Ivan's side, but both of us can be on the same side. It will defeat the program. It will defeat the purpose of the program. It'll be boring if we just say the same thing and agree on the same thing. I might as well just let Jason speak, right? So don't get it twisted, because if you all followed my Facebook, you would see I am definitely on Mr. Ivan's side.
Sandra
and I said
asked for
it.
bleach.
Don't-
Sandra asked for the bleach. Sandra
Listen.
asked for the bleach. And listen what he
But
tell.
at the end of the day,
he
message
told-
clear. Don't
he-
take
he
things
was-
from man if you don't like the man.
Of course, you shouldn't, because
That's all.
that is a misrepresentation of your emotions, and
And-
you're setting up yourself for something that, I mean, and let us give the brother credit. I keep on saying, let us give the brother credit for the manner in which he handled the situation, because under different circumstances, we would have been speaking about a different situation. And let us give the brother credit for his proper handling of this social
Situation.
this situation.
And with the posting that you tagged me in, I said the same thing. We could be having a different conversation today. Mr. James could be behind his Majesty's prison
Yeah.
or whatever the name of
Make
the
no
place
mistake
is.
about it. The man was ridiculed in the process. I mean, this video, the last time
No,
I
I
checked,
saw a lot of women making fun of him and saying he's too
Yes,
fast and he shouldn't
right,
have.
and I'm coming
I
to
wouldn't
that
say
point
that.
where
My
I
thing
say it is
he was just a
important.
bit slow to catch on, and there were a lot of red big flags, like I always say. You see them and you're thinking it's carnival. That
Well,
was blowing in the breeze
mean-
at Mr. James, and for some reason, I don't know what Miss Sandra was saying to him so much that he wouldn't, as you say, wait on what the moon, what the moon does do.
Moon does run
Run
till
on-
sun catch it.
All right, so you had to
Right.
wait until the sun catch the moon
You
when
wait
he
on
could
an
have done
eclipse.
that like months ago.
Well, and the point I'm making
and,
here
and, and
is
to me, I thought like his age. And then again, like I say,
He-
when in love and
he
all
was-
of that.
this video, and he clearly stated while this posting
So you were slow.
was
you were
to
slow.
alert people of what was happening, a lot of people turned around and used it against him. And that is the reason why this case is so important, because the trauma that this gentleman has gone through. I mean, this video has been shared in excess of 244,000 times, 244,000 views, in excess of 3,000 shares.
And a lot of it has been with women
Right?
attacking him
And a lot of it we have seen where he has been mimicked and
and
mocked
ridiculed for
by the opposite
for
sex.
doing what we ask
So
for men to do,
this
stand up.
This sort of hurt and pain should not go unnoticed and unrewarded.
Someone says, I find Sandra move got today. The man has a piece of food. Sandra say not timing. Not Sandra brutal, I ain't lying.
Mhm.
And he has a heartless and cold people, but Sandra
And if you notice, all his anger was directed towards the person Sandra. It had nothing to do with Del Plesh, because he mentioned Del
what's the
Plesh
man
about
name? Del Flesh or Del Plesh?
Del Plesh with a P.
Oh, Del Plesh.
Del Plesh, right? It's French, I think. It has an E in the end. The E is silent. Del Plesh. So it's spelled Del Plesh E.
Oh,
right?
Del Plesh.
But if you notice, Del Plesh himself was not dishonored in any way. He got his full regalia, full compliment from Mr. James. So Mr. James was respectful, even though he was angry. And the word of God tells us, be angry and sin not. And the gentleman did not sin. He was very angry, but he maintained his composure And a lot of us are not capable
And I
of doing
hope he
that,
continues.
self-included.
I hope he continues to do that.
Self-included,
And
because
people wouldn't mock and jeer him into doing something
no,
foolish.
he
I hope
shouldn't.
that he has that sort of support around him who will continue to tell him, stand firm. You realize what's going on. You saw with your own two eyes. Nobody didn't tell you anything. You walked up and saw Miss Sandra and Del Flesh naked as they were born, according to you.
Mhm.
And nobody didn't have to tell you otherwise.
I mean, come on. When he said that, he even asked her if she wants some snacks to crunch on later. I mean, when you listen to the emotions that the man put into the thing,
No, he was into her, but
somebody
she
would
just
say,
wasn't
if you
into
want
him.
snacks for later. He asked if you want snacks to crunch
So he's
on later.
concerned about her
I mean-
well-being totally, because according to him, he don't even know how his bills get paid. He could be disconnected. Courts could come and take back his business. But Miss Sandra is taken care of. She good. There are days he may not have food, but he makes sure Miss Sandra have food.
Man say courts could come and take back his fridge now because he look out for Sandra. He said the electricity company could come and cut him off now. But that is because he was selfless. That is because he was kind. You ever hear people say your kindness just turn around and cut you?
Mhm.
That is what it is. And when you take advantage of people's emotions, that is what it was. That is the reason why we had to bring forward a case of fraud by way of misrepresentation, by way of
So yeah, I'm here.
abusing one's emotions. That is what I'm trying to find.
Someone says they listened to him on a radio program and he couldn't stop crying. He's hurt. You can hear the hurt in
The man is hurt.
his voice.
The man is hurt. This is an investment he made. He made an investment because he thought he found the love of his life.
But that is the point I've been making time and time again. We have to stop. What is this? See Kakapool and think is A. There are so many mitigating factors that point in the direction of this woman does not have your best interest at heart, one, does not feel the same way you feel. Because as a woman, even if you ain't giving nothing else, you're making sure you give piece of food. And Mr. James has never tasted Miss Sandra's hand in all the months of bringing groceries, according to bringing groceries. He never even tasted her hand. When he made requests to do so, she will turn him down. But yet he continues.
Well, not all
And
negative
that
is
might
negative.
be-
That might be a
I
positive
hope
because she
this
might
is
have
an
put something in the food for him.
eye-opener. I hope this is an eye-opener for other men listening as well, to pay attention to the signs, to know when somebody's interested in you and when they're not. As
So-
a single man looking
so-
for a relationship,
So as I said,
you need to look and pay attention.
I think the
It was
man has
not
to be.
reciprocated. The lady did not feel the same.
I think the man
They
has a
never
case
did
that he could bring
anything
forward to the
together.
local court. The man has a case that he could bring forward to the local court. He does have a case that he could bring forward to the local court.
And what to support his claims of giving her money and other things to recuperate some
By
of his...
fraud, by misrepresentation, the intent of, I mean, the law is clear. Chapter 171 of the Criminal Code speaks to it.
So you think that he should take her to court?
Well, he has a strong case. He does in fact have a strong case. It might be a groundbreaker. It may very well be a case that would set precedents moving forward. But I think our society needs it because far too often men are taken advantage of, especially when men are men have been told, you have to do this, you have to do that, you have to you have to sweep a woman off her feet, you have to this, you have to that. And when you turn around and do it, look at what you get. So I'm thinking this must be some sort of case that would lay a sort of precedence moving forward.
So Jason, hats off, job well done. You came prepared. Case study on point, evidence, dates, etc. And I come up in this morning. I didn't expect all that. I ain't lying. He hit me for 6 hours among Let me come in here and talk to me this morning.
No.
The man come with date. The man come with time. No, he come true. He come true. Jason, Aruna have a point. You can't blame the woman fully. Mr. James had to accept responsibility for this as well. The Bible says, wise as a serpent, harmless as a dove. Hold on, harmless as a dove. Wise as a dove doesn't make anyone make you a fool. Harmless as a dove don't harm anyone. Now he has to accept his part as well. But of course, Miss Sandra will take the brunt of the responsibility. He also has
And
to
that is all the
accept
court
his
wants.
responsibility.
The court doesn't say that you are totally wrong or the other person is totally right. What the court does in its application of judgment, what the court does is that it ascertains where does the burden lies. Who is 51% more liable than the 49? That is what the court said. That's what the court does.
Pepsi said 27 years ago, I bought rims and never got a ride. Well, nobody never told me go to court.
You didn't buy tires. You can't ride on the rims.
So imagine waiting to see the promised land only to find Del Flesh mine in the land. I wonder what Mr. Delplesh have to say in all of this.
If
I
I
wonder if Mr. Delplesh is aware of all of, or was aware of that before it came to the public. I'm sure he's
I-
fully aware now.
I
But I
think
wonder if
Delplesh,
he
I
knew.
think Delplesh has done the best thing and stay quiet. Because there's no issue with Delplesh. Delplesh is what is referred to
But
in
as
this
Judge
case
Judy would say,
as a necessary evil. But Delplesh, there's no matter pertaining to Delplesh in this instance.
it was more exciting when you had Miss Sandra back. I ain't have Miss Sandra back. I ain't supporting Miss Sandra. I'm just saying that Mr. James have to be more smart in the future and not just give willy nilly doing without and not getting anything in return. Nothing whatsoever. So Jason Connie says there was no promise to pay back all gifts. Ask Judge Judy. Judge Judy would have the most to say in a situation like this and ask Mr. James, are you stupid? With no regrets whatsoever. She would ask Mr. James the same thing. Ivan was like Moses, he saw the promised land but never entered. Oh God, don't do Ivan
This is a clear
But jokes
case of
aside, no,
advantage being taken off.
advantage was taken off Mr. James.
Clear
jokes
advantage.
aside, and it's not
Clear
something
advantage.
anybody would like done to them, because in some way in his head he had this notion that they were together, even though it was a one-sided notion, and that he saw the love of his life and a future possibly with Miss Sandra, but Miss Sandra had other plans which did not include Mr. James. It included being taken care of and getting whatever she could from Mr. James, but that was it. There was no intentions of sleeping, eating, dining, whining, nothing of the sort with Mr. James. And it's just a pity that it took him seeing her with Mr. Delplesh in Naked as They Were Born to understand and to get to this sun catching the moon and whatever. But
maybe Delplesh was the real man and James was the honor man and he didn't even know.
Well, obviously, the man has never set foot in Miss Sandra's house. Never slept in Miss Sandra's house. Never eaten from Miss Sandra.
Again, that is even more reason to bring forward misrepresentation. And I mean, come on, it all turns to a clear case of advantage being taken off, no matter how you look at it.
Once women see and smell weaknesses, they will exploit it. The Delplesh playing cricket in the whites. They pay back nothing. Well,
thanks very much, Evelyn. I
thank you
appreciate
very much.
your comments and everybody else.
It was
I have another matter to attend to. I would
go whatever.
Leave now.
Thank you very much, Council. All righty. So I'm looking to do this on a Monday. Look, have some court and be prepared. And I think I need to find the white thing that they put on the head with the black thing. I need one of those to have a court on Mondays. Let's talk about things that might be making the wrongs, Jason. I shall keep you duly informed so you can be prepared as you were. Thank you very much. Very well.
Always prepared. I was a scout. Lord Baden Powell said, be prepared.
Very well done, sir. Very well done. Thank you very much. And that's all the time I have with you guys this morning. Court adjourned until next Monday at 11 a.m. in the forenoon. Have yourselves a great Monday. Thank you so much, Beacon Insurance and Western Union, for taking us through this segment this morning. Yeah, I think we need to have a quota or something on a Monday. I thoroughly enjoy that. Have a good one, guys.